Hello. All right, so we're back again with ECOGOLD Live-ish. I'm here with Hamish from Australia. How are you doing today, dear?
Very well, yes.
Yeah, and you came over, it's been a few weeks now you've had?
Came over 2.5 weeks ago, yeah. And it was a sort of a 4-day trip to get here. So I've been in Kentucky now for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. And what's been going on in the horse park for 2 weeks?
Oh, they've been very busy around here at the horse park. There's
Yep.
obviously not many riders around, but gee, they've been busy putting the finishing touches on the course and cleaning things up, and a lot of mowing goes on around here. Yeah.
That bluegrass. Have you gotten out in Lexington at all?
Yeah, we've been out. We've been to a few restaurants. Nothing wild though. Nothing.
No.
It's been very we're athletes.
Right,
like,
you gotta be responsible.
Responsible athletes.
Yeah.
No bourbon.
No bourbon. I don't understand. Bourbon is amazing. I think bourbon actually probably make you ride better.
You reckon?
I do. I think, honestly, if you had maybe a shot 30 minutes before you went out and did your test, I think
you'd
get a 0.
Yeah. You'd be relaxed.
So you are here until Monday, and then do you have to go back, or are you going to be staying in the States?
No, I have to go back to Australia on Tuesday, yeah. So I'm going to ship my horse off to a spelling farm here in Lexington, and then he's going to stay for 6 weeks until he can start to quarantine so he can start his trip home, and I'll be home in Australia waiting to pick him up.
Yeah, and how do they travel? I know we went to Holland in the fall, and they traveled pretty well, but they definitely came off about 50 pounds lighter, but they were only in quarantine for like 4 or 5 days, and not even that long.
Yeah, well look, it's a big flight from Australia now.
Yeah.
You have to go, we have to go sort of Sydney to Melbourne, and then Melbourne to Hong Kong, and then Hong Kong to Anchorage, Alaska, and then Anchorage, Alaska down to Los Angeles. So it's a 33-hour trip sort of around the world, so to speak, just to get to Los Angeles. And yeah, like it's a tough flight for them. It's certainly not something you want to be doing every day, but that's the only way to get to the States now from Australia. And so that's what we had to do, and then we managed to jump on a flight over from LA into Louisville. So
Cool.
That's how we got here.
Is this your first time competing in the States?
It is, yeah. This is the first big trip with a horse.
And you haven't done your test yet, is it tomorrow?
No, it's tomorrow.
And so far, because I've never been to Australia, can you tell a big difference between over there and here? Can you tell, is it pretty much the same, or is it?
Oh, there's a lot of, there's
a lot.
Yeah, there's definitely different things in the States. Your horse truck, what do you call them? Vans are all different.
Trailers.
Your trailers. We don't
really
have. Yeah, no, we call them trucks.
Trucks. So what do you call a truck?
A truck. We call a horse truck, but it's more like the truck. You'd refer to it as the truck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how would you differentiate if you were just driving out in your truck, or if you had your truck and your horses?
You guys have a lot of the long gooseneck vans. We don't have them
like
so
little
much.
cars.
Yeah, we have a sort of rigid sort of body thing. So this isn't very interesting. What else have we got? I don't know. We noticed that we're the only people that have a braided tail on our horse. Yes, they're the trot up. I think there's not much of that going on.
Well, Coleman braids his tails.
Does he?
Yep.
Well, what a good man. He
There
should come
you
to
go.
Australia. He'd fit right in.
Maybe he's Australian at heart.
Yeah, he must be. I don't know. You just hang around, you just watch things. But really, you look at horses are horses, and people are sort of doing the same thing. I think, that's why we fitted in here so well, because it's just been sort of like home, except everyone speaks with a little bit of a different accent.
And are you from the same area as Boydo and Woodsy?
Yeah, not far from those boys actually. Woodsy grew up just around the corner, and Boyd, he's a Sydney boy too, but he moved up sort of a couple of hours up into the country, and sort of in his formative years. But sort of the same area. We grew up eventing with those boys, and known them a long time. And,
wild crew.
Yeah, they're locals now. Yeah, nothing's changed, I don't think.
Oh man! So tell us a little bit about your horse.
The horse is called Sandhills Tiger, and he's 14, and he's an Australian thoroughbred. And he's I've been riding him since he was sort of a 7-year-old. I pinched him off my sister actually. She made a big mistake, and we're just recovering. She went overseas for 8 months actually, sort of back in 2003, 2004, and the horse was left, and so I picked up the reins. And he just never went back. But look, he's quite experienced. He's done a lot of 3-star and 4-star. So I think that he should go well here, but you never know with horses. But I'm very positive. And walking the course, I certainly think that it's a course that'll suit him.
Yeah.
And particularly now that it's drying out a bit, and I think that I'm looking forward to a pretty good weekend. I think.
Is the footing comparable to over there? Or is it?
Yeah, look,
different?
obviously here it's great. It's very good footing,
Yeah.
and if it wasn't quite so wet, it would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, in Australia, I guess our climate means we tend to run on harder ground more often than not, and we get used to that. So, but it's lovely lush grass here at the horse park, and so I think it's going to be pretty awesome. It'll be awesome.
Yeah. And so your horse, what is his? Is it a gelding?
It's a gelding. Yeah.
What is his strongest phase?
Look, he's going to be good on the flat, and he's very good cross country.
Flat.
Yeah.
So you think you're going to be pretty competitive?
I'm not. No, I'm not. Yeah, clever. Yeah, almost. You're not going to draw me into anything there.
Bring you to tears.
Yeah, no. I think he's going well. I actually just stepped off him. If they go well the day before, then you generally
feeling
confident.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I think he'll be good. And look, and he's pretty quick on the cross country. So yeah.
Exciting.
We'll see.
So when did you know? Have you been riding since you were a little kid?
Yeah, actually, I started. My parents took my sister and I to the World Equestrian Games in 1990 in Stockholm, just on a big family trip. I was only 7 at the time, and so we went and watched the eventing, and I thought that was like the most awesome thing in the world. And it's funny that people that were probably like Mark Todd were riding there and they're riding here, and so I was 7, and here I am, first time I get to compete against those sort of guys. So that's pretty exciting. You sort of feel like you've made that big step.
Yeah.
So we came as a 7-year-old. I came back, got a pony, and the rest is history. Been eventing ever since.
Do you do a lot of teaching over there?
Yeah, I do a lot of coaching and sort of schooling horses and stuff. The usual sort of stuff that professionals do. Yeah. Nothing too exciting.
It's all glamour, isn't it?
Yeah. It's all TV and interview media. Yeah, that's right.
Do you have any young horses coming up?
Yeah, I got a few good ones actually.
Yeah.
I bought a new one. I actually sold one to the States last year.
Yeah.
And he's going around in the intermediates here.
Oh wow.
And so I went and bought myself a new one, and she's lovely mare.
Very exciting.
And it's pretty fancy. And then I've got a few good 2-star horses coming through, and another 3-star horse, which might be for sale if anyone wants one.
Name your price.
It's called Arthur, which is the same name as the horse that's winning here today.
That could be good luck.
It could be.
Could be very good luck. So what are your plans after, if Rolex goes well, which hopefully it will, what are your plans? Obviously it's a bit hard for you guys being all the way over there.
Yeah, we're a bit of a way out of things,
yeah.
but look, I guess if Rolex goes well, and you cross your fingers for that, I think it will be pretty quiet for the rest of the year. There's the Adelaide 4-star in November, which is our big event, and perhaps we'll line up for that. But certainly, I guess there's an Olympics on next year, and if you're at all at this level, you've got to be thinking about that. So if it goes well, we'll turn our attention there.
Keep
I guess.
going that way. It's very exciting. And what would you be doing right now? What are you, 27?
28.
28.
Yeah, just 28. Yeah, I know.
If you weren't a rider, what do you think you'd be doing with your life?
I'd probably sitting in your chair with that microphone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Yeah, look, I've done a fair bit of journalism in between times, and I've sort of done reporting and for various things. I was a snow reporter at the ski fields in Australia for a season. And
what is a snow reporter? Like it's
like on the snow. We get out on the snow with our TV camera, and we're like, well, it's dumping. We've had an inch of snow or a foot of snow, and it's fantastic. Get down here and that sort of thing. We've got to be the excited people to get people flocking. So so I did that, and obviously, we did the WEG stuff last year with my off-sided Dave Cameron, and that went quite well, and we're sort of trying to do a bit more of that around the place, and I write for some magazines, and I think that's what I'd be doing if I wasn't horse riding. I would be
So you got a good backup plan.
Forming a
So how am I doing for my third interview ever?
I think you're fantastic. You're a pro. Yeah. You look like you've got.
As soon as we turn the camera off, he's gonna be like, "You suck." Awesome. Well, I won't keep you. Have you had a chance to ride in the ECOGOLD pads yet?
No, they're coming out fresh out of the bag.
Oh,
for my
perfect.
Test. Yeah.
Oh, they're awesome. Let me tell you.
I hear that they're very special. They certainly come with high praise. So I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe we'll be there at right outside the dressage ring and get the first commentary.
All right, yeah, bring the camera.
I will do. I'm just gonna go live. We're going live tomorrow.
Go live on the internet. That's perfect. Yeah, I'll keep it.
I actually think you're right before my rider. What time are you?
1:30, straight after lunch.
So I will be there.
You'll be there.
I'll be there because Sinead's at 1:38.
Yeah, right. We can eye each other off. It'll be you and me. Yeah.
See you in the warm up.
Friendly then.
Well, thank you very much for stopping by.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
We will hopefully good luck this weekend.
Good luck with your media career.
Thank you very much. Maybe it'll be more lucrative than my grooming career. Maybe I'll get some jeans that don't have holes in them. You never know.
That's cool,
all right. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right.